Guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome to my channel. My name is Jade. Thank you so much for being here, and welcome to the YouTube channel. And if you're a regular, welcome back. So this is the long awaited never have I ever question video. Now, I wasn't going to do this for a while because I've got so many spots at the moment, and I'm pretty insecure about them for the first time ever. I've never been insecure about acne or spots, but for some reason this time around I'm so like insecure. But then I realised if I was ever going to be a YouTuber and do this job full time, then I should be actually promoting and bigging up things like normal natural things like hormonal breakouts, and I should be promoting the fact that it's okay that I have tons of spots all over my face because I am a woman. I am hormonal. I have hormones that are whizzing around my body, especially because I'm an 17, nearly 18-year-old woman. I have hormones whizzing around my body. I also am on the contraceptive pill, so that will add to the acne that I get. So this time, you know, I have loads of reasons to, you know, be okay with having acne because it just is the way it is, and that doesn't define your worth anymore just because you've got some spots on your face. So I thought I'd come on and do this video like I intended to do. So you might have to excuse some of the lighting. I don't have natural lighting, I have my room lighting this time, but I'm just going to get on with the questions. So also, do you like my new phone case? I am obsessed with this phone case. It's from the phone case company, but the only thing I hate is the fact that this case is a glossy finish, and this matching patterned phone pop socket is a matte finish. I did buy them separately, they didn't come together, but I just didn't like the fact that they're supposed to be the same pattern, and they are the same pattern, but it's just they have two different finishes. One is matte and one is glossy, but I do love the fact that I got the matching pop socket. It's just amazing. Anyway, we're going off topic. So the first, oh by the way, all of you guys sent all of your questions in through Instagram a couple of weeks ago, so I'm just going to be running through them. I might just do a part 1, part 2, depending on how many I get through. So I'm just literally going to read off you guys' never have I ever questions, and obviously state whether I have or whether I have. The first question somebody asked was, never have I ever lied to your best friend about something? So this is kind of a sensitive topic at the minute because the one main best friend I had has started ghosting me and removing me from her life with no explanation. So I don't really have a set best friend anymore, which is a bit tragic, but I have lied to my best friend before, but nothing serious. Nothing serious, just if I was surprising her or someone meant a lot to her, and I didn't have a very good opinion of them. Like, let's just say she liked someone, and I straight away, you know, was like, he doesn't sound very good for you, blah blah blah. I wouldn't have said anything initially. I would have told her, you know, go for it, I'm really happy for you, even if I was kind of not happy for her because I was worried for her. Later down the line I would have told the truth, but at that point in time I would have just lied to at least give him a chance. Just like little lies. Sometimes I guess I lied to them about how I was truly feeling, lied to them about being happy or not having any issues or not having any problems. Sometimes I'd lie about being, you know, proud of them because I'd actually be disappointed in them and hurt by them and stuff. So little lies, but nothing. So the next question is, someone said, never have I ever used fake ID. Never. I've never used a fake ID in my life. And it's quite sad actually. I'm actually in two minds about the fact that I've never used a fake ID, because I've always kind of wanted to live my life by the stereotypical teenage book. So I wanted to try smoking, I wanted to get a fake ID and get into a club, I wanted to use fake ID to get alcohol from a shop. I wanted to do all these things before I turned an adult so I could say I'd done them. but I'm 18 next month, and I've never used fake ID, and I'm currently in a global pandemic lockdown, which means I won't even be able to do it, even though I have like, it's just shy of like just less of a month left to do it. Yeah, I have thought about it several times actually. I have looked up people to get them from. I have actually saved up money towards paying for one. So I've made steps to get one and then been too lazy to go through with it. But yeah, I've always wanted to, but just never have, if that makes sense. Never went all the way, like never went all the way and actually got one. So the next one is, never have I ever had a makeup disaster. Yes, definitely. Like, my eyebrows used to be shocking. I mean, now, even now, technically to some people, I would be having a daily makeup disaster, because my eyebrows are a very controversial thing when I do my makeup. Some people think that they are too thick and too dark, and some people like them, and I guess, you know, to some people that think they're too dark and think they're too thick, that would be a makeup disaster to them because they think it would look wrong. But to other people, including myself, you know, I like them like that because my eyebrows are actually very thin, and I've always kind of wanted like Cara Delevingne eyebrows, that kind of thick. So I kind of draw my eyebrows quite thick and quite dark, but that's just how I personally like them. So I have had some makeup disasters. I've had I used to get mascara all underneath my eye and then not remove it. I used to go like bring my contour all the way down to like here, so it'd look really muddy. But it's all a learning curve, you know. I'm a qualified makeup artist now, so I've learned a lot of things since then, but you know, I've definitely had my fair share of makeup disasters in my lifetime. The next one somebody asks is, never have I ever made up a rumour about somebody. Oh, you know, I actually want to bring complete honesty on this channel. I think no human is perfect, so I don't recall any times that I've purposely made up a rumour about someone, but obviously I'm a teenage girl and I've been having to grow up and learn, and you know, us teenage girls can be particularly bitchy and can be particularly mean when they want to be. So I am sure in my early teenage life I have spread a rumour about someone. I have been nasty and I have spread a rumour about someone and I've made one up. I am definitely sure, like, and honest about that. I can't willingly recall any, none are popping into my head to be specific. I don't have one memory actually of doing one, but I'm definitely sure as a teenage girl who was bullied her whole life and spent all her life feeling quite crappy, that I definitely probably have made one up at some point. Or if I've had like a group fallout or a friendship fallout, I've probably made up a rumour about them in the moment, but I can't recall any, but I'm gonna say yeah. Moving on, someone has asked me from Instagram, never have I ever smoked weed. No, that is false. Well, that's a never. I have never. I don't want to like extend every answer to every one of them, but I just want to quickly say why, in case someone wants to know. I've never smoked weed because I hate the smell of it, and I've just never seen a purpose, which it sounds kind of ironic considering I just said like 2 questions ago that I wanted to fulfill all of the stereotypical teenage things that a teenager does. So like drugs, smoking, drinking, getting drunk, session, smoking weed, that kind of thing. But just weed and drugs and all that side of things has never appealed to me or made me feel like I would be fulfilling the teenager thing. Like, to let that part of the stereotypical teenage life go has never bothered me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, getting a fake ID I'm very bummed about, and I can't let that go. I'm a bit annoyed that I didn't do it before I turned 18. But weed, drugs, just never. I think it's because when I first turned a teenager, my mom, you know, kind of just specified she wouldn't be mad at me for anything that I did. Like, if I got drunk, came home drunk, if I threw up in their house, if I had a secret party, if I got pregnant at a young age, any of that she can forgive. The one thing she would never be able to forgive is if I did drugs or anything like that. So I think that kind of just embedded in my mind. She wasn't trying to guilt trip me or make me feel crappy, but she was just kind of, she just said it out of the blue as if like she really was worried about me doing that. And I've never touched it. Never touched any weed, never touched any marijuana, coke, nothing like that. No form of drug I have ever touched. I just haven't, it's just never appealed to me. So no, never smoked weed, never plan to. So the next question someone said is, never have I ever got drunk. Yes, I have. But again, I've not been to many parties, not been to many sessions. I think I've been to like 2 or 3 in my entire teenage life. But the most frequent one I went to, I class drunk as in the point where you don't know your own mind. You can't control your own mind, you can't control your own mouth, your own thoughts, your own actions. You can't remember any of it and you feel embarrassed about it in the morning. That is what I class as drunk, to the point of your own personal no return kind of thing. And so I've already done that once, and that was the most recent like sesh drinking thing that I went to, which was in like July of last year, and it was at someone's house in their garden, and the whole entire group were there, and I just got so drunk to the point where I started sobbing, and I mean like not just slightly crying, I was sobbing and I was breaking down and I was having a panic attack and anxiety attacks, and I was screaming and I was falling to the floor, and I was just, because a couple months before I had lost a good friend to mental health from my school, and I hadn't talked about his death, or I hadn't really let anyone in about his death for like, you know, that entire time. So April, May, June, July, I've had like 2 months since it happened. So it all just came out. That night I realised, you know, out of all the different types of drunk you can be, you know, you can be like flirty drunk, or mouthy drunk, or emotional drunk, or rebellious drunk, or whatever. There's all these different types of drunk you can be. Each person's a different one. I am an emotional drunk, so I was just sobbing and crying and talking about my friend that, you know, died due to mental health, and worrying my nightmares about my grandma and granddad dying and all this kind of thing, and it ruined the whole entire night, and I embarrassed everyone, and I kept going in and out of the friends whose garden house party it was. I kept going in and out of his house and not letting anyone in the toilet, and I was talking to myself and like in the toilet and crying, and I was just a mess, and I like vowed from that day that I would never drink to that point again, or really drink at all, because I just felt so like guilty and embarrassed in myself. But yeah, I've been drunk and it wasn't fun. Someone said for a never have I ever is, never have I ever humiliated someone over social media. No, nope, never done that. I just don't see the point. If you're going to humiliate someone, at least do it to their face first of all, and second of all, I just don't have it in me. I'm just not like that. I like to kind of, well, I don't like to stay away from drama, as in like, if a drama happens, I will back someone up and I will get very involved. I'm very opinionated and very, very mouthy, but I don't like fights, so I try and stay away from, I also just don't want to do something that I wouldn't like to be done to me. I know I sound like an angel, but like I just, again, no, never, don't see the point, but yeah, no. Next question is, never have I ever cheated on somebody. Now my ex-boyfriend, before my current boyfriend, accused me of cheating twice on him, and I wasn't exactly a great girlfriend, but I didn't cheat. Because I was so worried, like, and he convinced me, manipulated me, like messed with my head so much that I actually looked up what the classic definition of cheating is. And if you're going by the classic definition, I didn't actually cheat, but obviously everyone has their own different opinion of what they class as cheating. So to him, maybe I cheated, but like technically, if we're going to get technical, I didn't cheat. I just wasn't a very like loving girlfriend. I wasn't a very loving girlfriend, but no, I've never cheated on somebody. Not a good thing to do, not a good thing that I like support or agree with at all. I think it's so degrading and disgusting and just horrific. So if I have any younger viewers watching me, never cheat on someone. There's always better options, there's always ways out other than cheating. It's not something I recommend. But yeah, no, never cheat on someone, never. The next question somebody asked is, never have I ever stole from a shop. No. I'm sorry guys, I'm really boring, but I've never stole from a shop. I've stole from other kids' school bags at school, and I got caught every time, and I got in so much trouble because I used to sneak into other kids' bags, steal their stuff, but because I'd already done it a few times it was really obvious who it was, so I got caught every time, and I got in so much trouble with the school because I was at primary school, but I was in like my last year of primary school, so I was like 11, 12, so I knew what I was doing and I knew it was wrong, and so I got in so much trouble with the head teacher. I had multiple like telling off and detentions and all this kind of thing. It was really bad, and yeah, everyone just knew it was me. So I've never stole from a shop though. The next one is, never have I ever broke something and blamed someone else. Definitely. In my house I've broke stuff and then blamed it on like the cat, or blamed it, well, I haven't blamed it, but I've kind of like pointed the finger, so I've been like, oh, it wasn't me, so it must have been Dad, or it must have been the cat or something, or it must have been you and you don't remember. But yeah, I definitely have. I think it was just out of like worrying that obviously when you break something, or specifically the things in our house, when you break them like at an angle or at a point where you can't fix it. All the things in our house, once you break, they're the type of things that once you break them, that you can't break them, you can't put them back together. So like we have little cat ornaments, and like you break a little ear off the cat, but you break it at like an angle, so it's like this, so you can't glue it back on. Or you smash a bit of marble off the marble fireplace and you cannot glue it back on because it's stone. So like stuff like that. Yeah, definitely blame someone because I know it can't be fixed. I know there's no going back. When it's something that's like fixable and I know it can be fixed and I know my dad can glue it, I will put my hand up and go, I broke it. But other than that, no, I will always blame on somebody. The next one is, never have I ever broke down in a car. Again, my memory kind of fails me here. Now, I'm not driving yet. I own a car, I have a car, but I've never drove it yet because I've not passed my test. So I've never broken down in a car, as in like I've broke down driving the car. But it must have been, if so, when I was younger. But I'm not sure if I've ever broke down in like in the backseat of my parents' car, and me and my parents have broke down. I'm sure we probably have. But I can't remember, my brain fails me, but I definitely think we must have, you know, I must have been in the car when my parents broke down at one point or another. But I never broke down personally in my own. Someone else asked, never have I ever been to more than 3 countries. Now my geography is bad. I passed it at GCSE with a good enough grade. But like, I think I got like a high C, low B for geography, but I do not know what is officially classed as a country. I am so brain dead, you'll have to excuse me. So I'm going to list all the places I've been on holiday, and then people can categorise whether that's like a country or not. So I've been to Florida, I have been to Lanzarote, I've been to Gran Canaria, I've been to Portugal. Now, I know Florida's in America, so that's like 1. And Gran Canaria and Lanzarote are both in the Canary Islands, so I guess that's 2. And Portugal is in Spain, so that's 3. So I think I've been to 3 countries at least, but I've not been to more than 3 countries. I don't think so. So no, I'm going to say no to that one. And never have I ever worn socks for more than 2 days. No. I try not to. I guess again I must have at one point in my life. I think like these socks that I'm wearing now, the fluffy socks I wear for more than 2 days, because I wear them like just like in the evening time, so I don't feel like I've worn them all day for them to get all sweaty and gross. I just wear them in the evening and then I take them off before I go to bed. So I just wear these for more than 2 days. I have definitely wore these for more than 2 days because I don't wear them throughout the whole day. But normal socks that I wear, like ankle socks throughout the day, I wear a fresh pair every day. Another never have I ever that someone has put in is never have I ever peed in the bath. Yes, definitely pee in the bath, but some people are going to be thinking I'm really gross because obviously bath, you just fill it with water and that same water is in the bath the entire time you're in the bath. So if you pee in the bath, you're literally sitting in your own pee. But we have a bath with a shower head like over the bath so that we can have shower and a bath. And when I have a shower, I sit down in the bath and let the water from the shower fall on me, and I have peed a few times because I know the shower water will wash it away, but I'm technically sitting in the bath while I'm doing it, if that makes sense. That's really gross. That's a really gross thing to admit, but I have definitely done it at least once or twice. Next one is never have I ever been walked in on during ... So I could like, obviously if you're a kid, maybe don't listen to this one, maybe skip a few, but never have I ever been walked in on during ... I don't know if I say the word, the actual word after ... if I will get demonetized, and I don't want to risk it. So if you kind of know what I'm on about, then we'll call it the deed. Never have I ever been walked in on during doing the deed. So no, I have never. I've never been walked in on, which is actually pretty shocking considering like I'd probably say like 98% of the times I've done the deed has all been while both parents have been home. But I've never been walked in on. I have been heard, but I got away with it because I created some kind of lie that luckily was believed. I said that it was just some comedy sketch show and the comedian was making inappropriate noises. Obviously that isn't true. It was me and my significant other, but so I've been heard, but I don't count that because they believed my lie. But I've never been walked in on. No, my parents always knocked. Next question is never have I ever necked on with the same sex. I would say no, because I haven't necked on with the same sex. I've like played like truth or dare, and I've had to kiss girls or like snog girls, but like the snogging didn't last for any more than like 30 seconds and no tongues were involved. So I've snogged girls like 30 seconds playing like games and stuff, but I have never like full on necked on, made out, tongues, like that kind of thing, no. Next one is never have I ever fell in love. I laugh at that one because I think that's a very hard question to answer, and I don't want to go into overly detail with every single answer, but I feel like people will have different definitions of what love is, and you know, I feel like sometimes I think I've fallen in love and then I've been with somebody else and thought, oh wait, no, this feels different, so this must be love, blah blah blah. So I think it's like hard. I don't think I've ever fully understood love. I think it's always been kind of hard for me. But, and this is going to sound cringy, it's hard to say this now because obviously I'm in a relationship, which makes more people just go, oh, of course you're saying that because you're in a relationship with them. But the person that I'm with now, he is definitely the greatest achievement of my entire life. I'm very blessed to have the person that I'm with right now. So I'd say I've fallen in love with my current boyfriend. To be fair, he is my longest relationship, if you don't count like primary school, because I dated someone in primary school for like a year, which is quite a big deal for primary school, but I don't class that because it was primary school. So if you don't count primary school, my longest relationship was like 5 months, and that was like in 2 separate times. Like I got back together with him twice. So the first time was 3 months, second time was 2 months, so that's collectively, so it doesn't really count either. So if you're about my first like longest relationship from start to finish, my current boyfriend, my current relationship is the longest relationship I've had. So I definitely think I have fallen in love with this guy. Definitely think I've fallen in love with this guy, and yeah, I don't know, I'm in love, am I? It's so embarrassing to talk about, but yeah, no, I definitely would say yes. Next never have I ever question is, never have I ever skipped school / college. No, never. It depends what you mean by skipped. If you just mean like went and then made an excuse and went home early, yes. If you mean like just didn't turn up to school at all and completely skipped it just because I couldn't be bothered and went somewhere else and just like decided to take my own day off, no, never. Sometimes I would have been, I was at school and I'd have like a headache and I just wouldn't want to be there because I didn't see the point, because it was putting me off my work. Then I would go to the office and make out that I felt incredibly bad, and because I was such a good student, they genuinely would believe me, and then they'd send me home. So I'd like get home and have like half the day of school or 3/4 of the day off school off because I just wanted to go home. But I've never purposely like took the whole day off or skipped it or not turned up or anything like that, never, because education was just always really important to me, and I never really disliked school, and I don't currently dislike college either, so I've never had reason to skip. Have I ever broken the law? Definitely broken the law. I answer that with so much cockiness, but like there's no cockiness about it. But like even little, what, they're not little laws, but like as in like I've never committed murder, I've never like drunk drived or anything like that, anything extreme. But like little things, like, you know, you're not legally allowed to, technically you're not legally allowed to send nudes until you're 18 because that's classed as illegal. So technically I've broken the law because I've done that. I'm admitting more things than I need to here, but that was an example, an honest example. I've also like walked into like a church land at night where it was like gated off, which technically is trespassing, but that's not major either really. I wasn't in there for anything more than like 2 minutes, and I had to go in there because I could literally, there was no other way around it. So little stuff like that. So I'm guessing I've broken the law, but it's been nothing to go about, kind of. Somebody lovely said, never have I ever travelled on a plane. Yes, I've travelled on a plane. Over the like last few years, I think I'd say since I was about 14, 15, I have unfortunately gained the issue of travel sickness. I get travel sick in cars, on boats, on train, like on most things really. I get a headache, I feel really dizzy and faint, and a little bit sick. But I don't seem to have any problem on planes really. I have like a few times since I've started getting travel sick, but not really ever that much. And I have been on holiday abroad, yep, so I've definitely travelled on a plane, and I don't exactly hate it because I either listen to music the whole way or I play games the whole way, or I fall asleep, so I don't really actually mind playing games. Someone else said, never have I ever broken a bone. No, I've never broken a bone. I may have fractured a finger once, but that's still a maybe because one doctor said that I'd fractured it, or one doctor at the hospital said I hadn't fractured it. So it was quite funny. I was at the exact same hospital, and yet one doctor said, yes, you have fractured it, and one was like, no, you haven't. So I still don't know to this day whether I actually fractured it or not, but because one doctor said that I did, I got it all like splintered up and stuff. It was this pinky finger. It doesn't feel any different or anything, so I don't know, but yeah, I've never broken. Someone said, never have I ever gotten high. No. Nope, never got high. Again, just never saw the thrill of it, never had access to anything that would allow me to get high anyway, and just never really been fussed. So someone said, never have I ever gotten blackout drunk. Yes, going back to my previous one where someone else just asked me if I'd ever gotten drunk, I explained that the most recent time I'd ever drank, or I had gotten like emotional blackout, like really bad, as in like I wasn't in control of my mouth, I wasn't in control of my thoughts or my feelings or my actions, and I just started having a breakdown and sobbing and being a mess. So yes, I have one time, and as I said, I vowed that I would never get that drunk again or really drink, because it was really embarrassing. So yeah, guys, that is the end of part 1 of my never have I ever questions video. If you like this video and you want me to do a part 2, smash the thumbs up button below. I'd really appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe to my channel, join our family. We are growing every day, and I love you all so much. If you have not clicked the notification bell, I highly recommend that you do click the notification bell, just because YouTube can be a little bit odd, a little bit funny showing videos when they're supposed to. So once you click that, you will always be notified when I upload a new video, so you can be ready and you can be waiting. And other than that, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed part 1 of this video, and I will catch you all in the next one. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.